Good morning students, myself Jyoti Rathore. I am from New Catholic Mission School, Jhabua. See students, in my chapter first, I have already completed French Revolution. Second chapter also we have started, some of the topics we have already covered. Now we have to continue our video of chapter number 2, that is Socialism in Europe. Clear? Now see here. The Russian Revolution. See, in our chapter first we had seen French Revolution. Now this is the case of Russia. How this revolution started and what are the incidences that were followed for this whole revolution. Now see, 1914 Tsar Nicholas II, he was ruling Russian Empire. So Tsar Nicholas II, he was the ruler during that time, during First World War, he was the ruler of Russia. Now, economy and society. Most of the Russian population were agriculturists. Industries were being set up which were mostly private property of the industrialists. See, society, number of people, they were common people. Most of the people were agriculturalists in the sense, most of the people, they were farmers only. Clear? The people, those who are involved in industry, they simply belong to the industrial sector and they were almost rich. No? And then, workers were divided into groups, but they did not unite to strike work when they were dissatisfied. No? Workers, those who are working in industry, they were almost poor. Only the industrialists, they were rich. Clear? So, the workers, when they were dissatisfied with their job or with their working hours or with the working condition, so what they supposed to do? They have to do strike. No? For doing such kind of strike, they have to be united together, but that unification was not there in the society. Now, the common people, they were very much worried for their job. Russian peasants were the only peasant community which pooled their land and they divided the land according to the needs of individual families. Clear? So, this is all related with the society people, how the society people, they were living under harsh condition. Now, here we see socialism in Russia. All the political parties were illegal in Russia before 1914. So, before 1940, that was the situation of society in Russia. All the party, those who are working for the welfare of the society, they were simply illegal. No? They don't have any right according to government, they were simply illegal. Now, what happened? The Russian Socialist Democratic Labour Party. This is the name of a socialistic party. The Socialist Democratic Labour Party, it was formed in the year 1900. So, 1900, a party was formed. It struggled to give peasants their rights over land that belonged to noble. As the land was divided among peasants periodically, it was felt that peasants and not workers would be the main source of revolution. Okay? So, that party people, they are working for the society and definitely they want to do some welfare of the society. And who were the part of this socialistic party? Common people, the labor class people. But Lenin did not agree with this as he felt that peasants were not one social group. Lenin, who itself was a socialist, he was believing that these type of common people like the peasants, they were not one social group. Understood? The party was divided into Bolsheviks and Menshevik. Now this Russian Socialist Democratic Labour Party, which was formed in the year 1900, it was divided into two parts and the parts were Bolsheviks and Mensheviks. Clear? According to the thought of a particular society or particular party system, that whole party was divided into two parts. Now, let me tell you one thing, that who were these Bolsheviks and who were these Mensheviks. See, Bolsheviks, who represented a majority of the socialists who wanted a revolution. These people, these Bolsheviks, they were believing in revolution. Like in our India also, same thing we had seen. Clear? Like the liberals and the radicals, two common groups were formed. In the same way, these Bolshevik, they believe that if we want to change the system of society, revolution must happen. On the other hand side, these Mensheviks, they believe that collaboration with the bogies, that was necessary. He was thinking that if we really want to change the society, we need support. Support of whom? Support of these capitalistic people and these industrialists. Understood all of you? So, that was the situation of society according to their thinking. They divided themselves into two parts. Now see, 1905, this revolution, Russia was an autocracy. Tsar was not the subject of parliament. Liberal wanted to end the state of affair. They worked toward demanding a constitution during the revolution of 1905. Now, in the year 1905 in Russia, the society people, they got together and they started revolution. According to that revolution, what they were demanding? They demanding a constitution. Clear? According to constitution, Russia must run. In this 1905, that was the main objective of this revolution. Now, this Bloody Sunday, that was an incident that occurred during this period of 1900. Now, prices of essential goods rose so quickly by 1904 that the real wages declined by 20%. Okay, prices were too high, no, and the wages was almost low. That was the condition. During this time, 4 members of Putilov Iron Works were dismissed. The action was called for, and during this time only what was happening in an iron industry, clear, some of the workers, they were dismissed from their work. That particular incident was very much highlighted in the society. Then over 1,10,000 workers in St. Petersburg went on strike demanding a reduction in working hours. And in St. Petersburg also one more incident happened, nearly about 1,10,000 people, no? That much workers, they went on strike, and what they were demanding? They were demanding the reduction of their working hours. So, and this procession was attacked by a police and Cossacks. Clear? So, definitely when this kind of thing happened in the society, the police, they gave such kind of answer, no? In the form of like this lathi charge and all these things. In that case, they were answering to the common people, to the revolutionary. So, what happened? Over 100 workers were killed. That incident was brutally suppressed by police. Clear? See, nearly 100 workers, they were killed during this strike period. And then strike took place as a reaction. People demanding constituent assembly. Finally, the people, they were not taking their foot inside. No? They said whatever demands we had, like we want constitution, definitely one constituent assembly must be set up. And then the Tsar allowed the creation of an elected consultative parliament or Duma. So, Duma, like a common Duma was formed on the basis of this decisions followed by Tsar Nicholas. So, one Duma was formed there. And then Tsar dismissed the first Duma within 75 days and announced the election of a second Duma. So, only for 75 days, not even for 100 days it would run, only for 75 days that Duma would run, clear, and after that 75 days what happened, that Duma was destroyed, clear. Now, a new Duma must be formed. And then the First World War and the Russian Empire. Now, 1940, the Russian army was the largest army of the world. The war was initially very popular, but later the support grew thin. Okay. So, during that time, during First World War, we had seen that this army, Russian army, that was very much powerful. But as the war was going on and on and on, the power of the army got lapsed. And then anti-German sentiments ran high. Russian army lost badly in Germany and Austria. So, finally, in Germany and Austria, these two places, the army was defeated. There were 7 million casualties and 3 million refugees in Russia. So, this is the situation. During First World War, we had seen that Russia suffered a great loss. And then the war also affected the industry. There was a shortage of labor, railway lines were shut down, small workshops were closed, and there was a shortage of grain, agriculture production slumped, and there were a crisis of food supply. Definitely industry too was affected. Affected in the sense prices were as it is high, the common prices that was high, even the wages were low, people were not getting work, and overall we had seen a whole crisis period in Russia. Understood? So, children, this is the situation of 1905 revolution. This is a picture of this revolution of 1905. Understood? Now, we had seen one more revolution that once again occurred in the area, and the area was Petrograd. Clear? Now, you see, In winter of 1970, Petrograd was grim. There was a food shortage in the workers' quarter. Grim means very miserable condition. Now in 1917, like 1905, they already suffered. Now 1970, same situation happening in Petrograd also. 22nd February, a lockdown took place at a factory. Workers of 50 and other factory joined in sympathy. Women also led and participated in the strike. Strike occurred in the area, and 27th February was the day. This came to be called the International Women's Day. Now after this time, when the women, they were joining the strike people, clear, that day was counted as International Women's Day. The government imposed curfew as the quarters of the fashionable area and official buildings were surrounded by workers. Clear? Definitely that was situation of curfew. From government side, it was declared as a curfew for everyone. And then 24th and 25th, the government called out cavalry and the police to keep an eye on them. Suddenly the government was getting harsh upon the people, those who are on strike. Clear? They have sent their cavalry also, even the police also entering into the areas. And then 25th of February, the government suspended the Duma and the politician, they spoke against this measure. Finally, government said that Duma must be destroyed. Clear? The second Duma which was formed during the period of 1905, it was again destroyed by government. And then the people were out with force once again. When they come to know that Duma was simply destroyed by government, so again they are out from their houses, and that was again a panic situation for this whole Petrograd. Understood all of you? Okay. Then this is the picture. Clear? 27th, the police headquarters were ranks. People raised slogan and were out in the street. Definitely when people, they have to come out from their houses in the form of strike. First, they all have to be assembled together, a big mob was there, and that mob, how they were revolting in the form of strike. That strike, people was raising slogan, people were shouting against government. And then cavalry was called out once again and they refused to fire on the demonstrator. The cavalry, those who are government people, they said we simply don't fire upon these common people, those who are demonstrating their feelings. Clear? Now, an officer was shot at the barrack of regiment and other regiment mutined. Voting to join the striking worker, they gather in the evening to form a Soviet or a council. This was Petrograd Soviet. Clear? Finally, the result was there that they want one more Duma they want, and that Duma they had given as a name Soviet or council. This is Petrograd Soviet. A Russian Soviet Union was formed. 28th, a delegation went to meet the Tsar. Finally, they decided that we have to meet the king. So, they reached the king's palace, and then the military commanders advised him to abdicate. The Tsar abdicated on 2nd of March. Understood? Then, a provincial government was formed by Soviet and Duma leader to run the country. Finally, according to this Duma or the Soviet people, Soviet Union people, they have to run the government. The people involved were the parliamentarians, workers, women workers, soldiers and military commanders. Okay, these all the peoples are there in the Soviet Duma. Understood? Okay. After this, these are the effects of 1917 revolution. The restrictions on public meeting and associations were removed. See children, all these things you have to by heart. These are the main points of your main answer. Now that is the effect of this revolution. So the restrictions were removed. Second thing, Soviet like Petrograd Soviet were set up everywhere. Clear? Now in all the provinces such kind of Soviets were set up. Third thing, in individual area, factory committees were formed which began to questioning the way industrialists ran their factories. Soldiers committees were formed in the army. Clear? Like the common people, those who are working in industry, for them also such kind of strong institutions were formed. Even the people, those who are working in army, for those people also such kind of institutions were formed. And then The provincial government saw its power declining and Bolshevik influence grow. It decided to take stern measure against the spreading discontent. Finally, the government, they had seen that this Bolsheviks, they were simply raising their voice as it is. Clear? Like in the beginning, I already told you Bolsheviks and Mensheviks. So, Bolsheviks, they wanted revolution. Now, government is thinking each and every time if they will raise their voice as it is. So, we have to take number of measures, number of changes, but this we will not do. And then it resisted attempt by the worker to run factory and arrest leaders. So, what was the influence? That the workers to run factory and some of the leaders, they were arrested. The peasants and the socialist revolutionary leader pressed for a redistribution of land. Land committees were formed and the peasants seized land between July and September 1970. This is the thing done for the peasant, for the common workers. Now, October Revolution. One more revolution occurred during the time of October in Russia. 16th of October 1917. Lenin persuaded the Petrograd Soviet and the Bolshevik party to agree a socialist seizure of power. A military revolutionary committee was appointed by Soviets to organize a seizure. Then the uprising began on 24th of October. Prime Minister Karnacy left the city to summon troops. Early morning, military men, they loyal to the government, seized the building of two Bolshevik newspapers. Pro-government troops were sent to take over telephone and telegraph offices and protected the Winter Palace. These are all the incidences which were happening during the October month. Okay. Then, in response, the Military Revolutionary Committee ordered to seize government office and arrest the ministers. The Aurora ship shelled the Winter Palace. Other ships took over strategic points. By night, the city had been taken over and the minister had surrendered. All Russian Congress of Soviet and Petrograd approved the Bolsheviks' action and heavy fighting took place in Moscow, and by December, the Bolsheviks controlled the Moscow and Petrograd area. Okay. These are all the things which were done by Bolsheviks because they were very strong. In whole Russia, they were very strong. The people involved were Lenin, Bolsheviks troop, pro-government. Clear? Lenin, who is supposed to be the head of this Bolshevik party, he was there along with all the workers. And these are the effects of this revolution. The Bolsheviks were totally opposed to private property. First thing, they did not like private property. Clear? Second thing, most of the industries and the bank were nationalized in November 1970. Industry, they want to be nationalized, even the bank also they want to be nationalized. So, during the year 1970, this was happened. Then, the land was declared social property and peasants were allowed to seize the land of nobility. Okay. The next point is, the use of old title of the aristocracy was banned. Now, like some of the people, those who are aristocrated, high class people, they were having some kind of title. That title must be banned in the society. New uniform were designed for army and official. Clear? New uniform means with a new eye they have to see the world. Clear? And then November 1970, the Bolshevik conducted the election but failed to gain majority support. They wanted, main thing they wanted election. Elections were held, but in that election they had seen that support, support they wanted from the community, that they were not getting. Russia became a one-party state. Clear? Trade unions were kept under party control. Process of centralized planning was introduced. Then industrial production increased. Extended schooling system was developed and collectivization of farms were started. These are all the changes we had seen in society. Okay, after this October Revolution. Now, the Civil War. The Bolshevik, they ordered land redistribution. The Russian army began to break up. Non-Bolshevik socialists, liberal and supporters of autocracy condemned the Bolshevik uprising. They were supported by French, American, British and Japanese troops. All of them, they fought for a war with the Bolshevik. Clear? When these rest of the country people, they had seen that Russia was becoming overpowerful, so they have to control the power. So, in how they have to control, they have taken the support of Bolsheviks, clear, and even all those very powerful enemies, they simply come upon Russia. And now, making a socialist society. The Bolshevik kept industry and bank nationalized. First thing, like in the effect also we had seen, October Revolution effect. So, banks were nationalized, industries were nationalized. Then, the process of centralization of planning was introduced. Okay, the central planning they had introduced. After that, rapid construction and industrialization started. Suddenly, the whole industrial area that was started developing, clear, and then extended schooling system also developed. This is also one effect of that revolution, clear. We had seen that a good school system was developed there. Stalin and collective farming. Stalin believed that rich peasant and the traders stock supply to create a shortage of grain. Hence, collectivization was the need of the hour. Collectivization means like that time some particular people they are working on their land. Small piece of land, other small piece of land, some other small piece of land. But now government wanted that they have to collect their land together, and on that collected area they have to do the farming. Clear? So, that was a strong step taken by the government. And then those farmers who were restricted collectivization were punished, deported and exiled. The farmers, those who were not ready to do so, so a strong and harsh punishment was given to them. And then global influence, overall influence of this Russian Revolution, that was 1950. It was recognized in a country and outside that everything was not in keeping with the ideas of Russian Revolution. Though industries and agriculture had developed or were being fed, the essential freedom of the citizen were being denied. Clear? Industries definitely grow up, clear? Some kind of farm activities also grow up, but the government, but the common people were telling that somehow their freedom was restricted by government. And then it was recognized that the social idea still enjoyed respect among the Russians. But in each country, the idea of socialism were rethought in the variety with different ways. Okay. So, the socialism, like after this Russian Revolution, we had seen definitely they want to set up socialism in the society. But somehow, is this socialism be very beneficial for the society? Again, the people have to think and think. Okay, children. So, in our first chapter, we had seen French Revolution. In our second chapter, we have seen Russian Revolution. After these revolution, definitely number of changes occurred in the society, and slowly like according to common people only society was settled. Now, so please children, you have to study this chapter well, go through this chapter. There are lots of things in the chapter which you have to study and you have to learn it by heart. Okay, like these revolutions were there, the effects were there, now the ideas were there, different kind of socialist people were there, everything you have to learn by heart. Understood? So, till my next video, please all of you keep on studies. Okay, so thank you and best of luck.